Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and today, as you can see by the title, we are here for the second part of Event 4 of F1 Esports Challengers. If you didn't watch Italy, I'd go and recommend you watch that first. That was the first of the two races in this event. But yeah, the second race then, here in Japan. One-shot quali for this one, if I haven't explained already. The second race of each event is a one-shot quali, which is followed by a 25%. Not ideal. Doing a one-shot quali, it doesn't really show the fastest drivers, but just who can pull one lap out the bag. Personally, not a fan. Not many people are a fan, but we have to do it. We're going to get on with it. So, yeah, getting straight into things then. Making sure to choose our setup, which we didn't do earlier on in the season. And we really need a good result because we really haven't performed in one shot. I think the best we've done is 4th place in one-shot quali. But anyway, starting the lap now then. Coming into turn 1, looking just after the 50-meter board. Brake in when you get to the curb. As close to that inside curb as possible in 5th gear. Use all that exit curb. And now coming through the S section, it's all about the confidence. We almost lose the car a bit there. And we go a little bit too deep there as well. So not insane so far. Coming up the uphill left, almost flat. You see the car again a little bit out of shape there, but not an awful sector 1. Coming into Degner 1, almost flat out. Into Degner 2, we've completely missed the apex. And I was not happy with that one. And I believe at this point we were somewhere down in 6th place, so not looking great. So into the hairpin then, 3rd gear, let the car run out a bit wide. We don't lose the rear end, which was quite easy to do, so that was a pretty decent corner. But I believe at this point we're P4 or something, I can see from my steering wheel. And now into Spoon, just after the 50-meter board, down to 5th gear, use that exit curb, and then down to 4th, quickly short shifting up to 5th. And we had a little bit of understeer there, so that's cost us a little bit of time. But yeah, we're still somehow in P4. I feel like this lap was awful. And the sector 2 split at 9.5. I seen that and I thought, well, yeah, this is done. This is over. But yeah, only the final chicane to go just before the 50-meter board, down to 3rd gear. Take as much curb as possible. And exit in the chicane in 4th gear, short shift to 5th. Stay on the right hand side to minimize the distance, open the DRS, and it's a 25.544. And I start laughing.
It's fine.
I start laughing because I don't think I've done a lap that slow in I don't know how long. But yeah, as you'll see right now, we somehow got P3. I'm not sure how, but
honestly,
yeah.
That's worked out really nicely.
Alessio takes pole, Nicholas Matteo P2, we get P3, and championship rivals Ate, Patrick got their laps disqualified. So yeah, it's looking pretty decent for us. But yeah, getting straight into the race. We need a very strong result here to maybe be able to secure top 6 in the championship, which is what we need. But it's lights out and away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. And we maintain our position, which, as everyone knows who watches my videos, that is a win if we manage to maintain a position on the starts. But yeah, P3, not the best place to be. As I always say, you want to be 1st or 2nd, really, to be fine for the win. But yeah, we're just going to sit in this train as we always do. Maybe thinking about the strategy, you could go for the undercut, but I believe it's not very powerful here. We was watching the PS4 race, which happened 2 days before this PC race happened. Yeah, one of the leaders went quite long into the race. I believe it was lap 7, and he didn't even get undercut. So yeah, I don't think the undercut's very powerful here, as long as you have a good in-lap. So we could go for the overcut, but we just need to think of something. Because we all know that overtaking when in this train is going to be very difficult. So, yeah. Moving on then, later on into the race. We stuck in the train. As you can see, we have about 70% ERS, which I think is pretty decent, actually.
I'm thinking 7 to not get held again, like Vasta did.
Yeah.
As I say there.
Someone did it on PS4 and they didn't lose any positions.
As I say there, we're thinking of going for a big overcut. But Nicholas Matteo comes in on end of lap 4, start of lap 5. And as you can see, we're almost out of DRS of Alessio. So we use quite a bit of DRS to make sure we stay back in there. Because we want that advantage to stay close and gain as much time as possible for when we come into the pits. To make sure we don't get jumped by Nicholas Matteo. But I believe my engineer...
Nice.
My engineer says there, Matteo got massively held by 4 cars. And I say that everyone's pit, so yeah, now we're not really at risk of getting held. We don't have to go the extra laps. We could come into the pits this lap, which I think we will do. as now we are much closer to Alessio, where we should be. But yeah, Nicholas Matteo got caught out. Everyone pit the same lap as him, and he got held massively. So yeah, that's the issues with these type of short races with the trains and the getting held in the pits stuff. His race is essentially over. If he actually did get held that much by about 4 cars, then yeah, that's race over. All because he decided to pit, you know, a lap earlier. So yeah, that's unfortunate for him. It happened to me in Vietnam, so it can happen. Unless you're in one of the Williams or Haas, it doesn't really happen to you. But yeah, we come in this lap then. Alessio also comes into the pits, and Sven behind us. We're not going to get held because Sven is too close to us, and Alessio is further down the pit lane. So yeah, as you can see now, come out in no traffic. And yeah, Alessio obviously going to come out ahead of us. But as you'll see, as we get to the end of the pit lane, somehow...
Did you get held or not?
No, nothing.
Well, good.
So you say they're all good. Somehow we came out so far ahead of everyone else. I believe Sven got held as we were going past him. That's what this game does, because he was not 1.7 seconds behind. I think he was within DRS, I think. But now he's 1.6 behind because as I came out of my pit box and go past his pit box, he gets held for a further, you know, few tenths before the game actually releases him. So that's probably why he's so far back. And yeah, as you can see, no sign of Nicholas Matteo in the top 5. So yeah, that's what happens when you get held. I believe he's down in 8th, 9th place. And now the main thing is staying with Alessio, because through the pit lane thing, he's come out 8 tenths, 9 tenths ahead. So we've got to push hard to concentrate, make sure we stay within the DRS of him if we want to fight for this win. So yeah, now it's just going to be a straight fight between me and Alessio. If you watch the last video, you'll know that his straight line speed at Monza was ridiculous. He was so much faster in a straight line. So hopefully he's not the same again this race, because otherwise, yeah, it's going to be very hard to overtake. But yeah, moving on to lap 8 then, going on to lap 9. We actually decided to go for a move this lap because we didn't want an Italy repeat where we waited till the last few laps and Alessio knew it was coming and used all his ERS, and yeah, we was not able to get past. So we're just going to try and do something different. So what we're going to do is try and overtake now, and then either try and pull away or just get a good exit out of the final corner to try and stay ahead, because we need to try something different, because I thought that if we were to go for the move on lap 12 or lap 11 or whatever, just anywhere towards the end, then he'll just see it coming and use his ERS, and we won't even pull alongside, because I think Alessio likes to use lower wings. But yeah, so that's why we just decided to try and go for something different, get the track position, and try and pull away. Not without using ERS though, just in case we need to use it on the straights to defend. But and yeah, I was also thinking if Alessio was running more straight line speed, then we'll be better through the corners, and he won't get close enough on the straights. Kind of like Danny Moreno in PSGL, if you remember that race where he was so fast through the corners that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere near him because he had a 7/10 gap on the straights. But yeah, I think unfortunately I'm no Danny Moreno, and Alessio was able to stick with me through the corners fairly well.
Nice move, Josh. You know what to do from here, bro.
So yeah, you can say what you want about my decisions, whether they were good or not. But when you're the one racing, you have to just think of something different. Think of different ways that you can win, rather than just trying to go for a standard last lap move that we tried in Italy and didn't work. We were just trying to do something different. So yeah, now it's just about not using any ERS, not touching our ERS, because I believe Alessio has more than us at this point, which you'll definitely try and drain on the final laps. So moving on to end of lap 11, start of lap 12 then, I thought, yeah, this is it, this is where he's going to go for a move. So we try and set up for a good final corner, and yeah, we start draining our battery, and this is the moment of truth. Will Alessio fly past us with his battery on the straight? As you can see, we're running out of battery, he still have lots left, and he goes for the move, he flies round the outside. We try and hold it, we sneak back down up the inside, Alessio was a little bit wide, and we actually managed to get the position back. So we're going to keep the lead going into the last lap. Brian knew how much straight line speed he has compared to us. But yeah, if we could do that on lap 13 as well, then we have a very strong chance of winning the race. But yeah, I knew if I let him through there, he would have more battery, and then onto the final lap, he would just maintain the position just through the straight line speed advantage. So yeah, we try and keep the position, which we do, and yeah, if we could do the same on the final lap, we need a good exit. That stuff like that isn't going to help us. We just slid out of the hairpin. But yeah, we need a good exit out of the chicane, and then drain all our battery, try and pull out of the slipstream, and then it's just hope for the best. But I'm fairly certain at this point Alessio still had much more battery than us. So it's going to be a tough one. As you can see, he's very close through the straight, going into 130R. And he's actually getting very close. I think he might even go for the move. So we're going to defend the inside. He goes to the outside. We break later. We held the move. And now we got to think about preparing for the final corner. So yeah, we do the same thing. We sacrifice the first part. Try and get a good exit for the second part. We use all our ERS. We try and move out of the slipstream. But as you can see, he absolutely rockets past us once again. And this time we didn't even get a chance to send it back up the inside, because that's how far ahead he was. But yeah, it happens. It is what it is. Well thought out strategy from Alessio, having the straight line speed to take it on the final lap. Good move by him. And unfortunately, that's the last chance we'll get. Alessio wins the race. That's 2 wins in a row for Alessio Di Capua. Very strong performance from the championship leader. We take P2 in both races. So yeah, successful event for us. As I've said before, we need top 6. That's all we need to get. If you're wondering why I don't maybe go for dive bombs or get more aggressive, consider I'm fighting for the win, it's simply because I don't need to win as much as I would like to win. I'm not going to try and be a hero, and I'm in a fortunate position where I don't have to essentially prove myself as much to the other teams. I think I'm fairly safe. So yeah, there are the standings then. Alessio on 135 points. We're on 100 despite having 2 DNFs, so I'm happy with that. We've been quite consistent after the mistakes we made, so yeah. The final event, I believe, is on the 28th of April, so yeah, 2 events in 1 month. And yeah, I'll see you all then. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, a like and subscribe would be much appreciated. And yeah, thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one.